So 7 seasons total in the NFL. You never once recorded a fumble.
Never.
That is something right there. It should be so motivating for your guys, especially as a running backs coach, to now come and coach the running backs here.
And by the way, knock on wood, we haven't had any this spring.
That's knock on wood. See, there's big stuff coming out of you, but that is incredible. Never recorded a fumble. You also had a record with the Minnesota Vikings in 1993. Most rushing yards.
2-game span, I think.
2-game span.
Yeah, that was pretty physical. That was one of those deals, and my wife was like, I don't think I like this.
Yeah.
And at that point, I realized I don't want to be a starter.
Really?
Oh my gosh, the physicality.
Yeah.
Of, these are grown men that are getting paid to hit you.
True.
And they get paid more the harder they hit you. So the bruises she saw, and just the recovery, she was like, wow. She was like, this game is violent. I mean,
that scared her.
It just kind of said, I want my husband.
Okay.
I don't necessarily want a football player. She didn't even like football. If she'd asked me, if you're playing a lot, I'm like, no, I don't think so. She goes, I'm not coming. And I never knew if I was going to play a lot anyway because I didn't start. But she was like, I'm not coming to watch you cover a kick.
Oh my
Because she had 2 kids. I mean, you think about that, packing up 2 kids. And
did your kids go and watch you?
They didn't really know.
No, they're young.
At that point, yeah. They were just kind of like, all right, that's what my dad does. But they didn't really know the magnitude of what I did.
Well, they have to be so proud of you. 15 years with the NFLPA, and then you went on to ASU, correct?
Yes.
For how many years were you at ASU?
Goes back to relationships.
It's hard to talk about.
It's okay, back to relationships, though. Remember, all my coaches are represented by Ray Anderson, their AD, and he's always been a mentor to me. And I think a mentor is somebody you listen to, not just you hear. And Ray just said, keep building. He said, would you want to work for me? I said, definitely. So in 2014, we were at the Pro Bowl, and he goes, hey, you still want to work for me? I said, yeah. He's like, all right, I'm going to Arizona State. I'm going to be the AD. Don't tell anybody. You can tell your wife. But, I'd like to hire you as an administrator. I'm like, great. Now, that all sounds good. Everybody says, I'm going to do this. And he hired me. And it was an easy move for me to make. And the transition was fine, and my family loved it. So, yeah, that was great. Just somebody you knew. And that's why I tell young people right now, your relationships will determine your future. Your tribe will determine your vibe. And at 24, 25 years old, I'm impacted by Brian Billick, Tony Dungy. I didn't know Coach Fish at the time, but he worked with, so if it get intel on Scottie Graham, it's easy. Just call Brian Billick. What kind of player was he? Did he come on time? Did he do what he's supposed to do? And you call Tony Dungy. I mean, so at the time, I'm not thinking about that. I'm only doing what people tell me to do. Like, be on time. Do what you're supposed to do. Do this. I mean, like simple things, not rules, but just don't take anybody's stuff without asking them. Just little stuff that I never really thought was going to make a difference in my life, but I just did it. And what happens is when you do that stuff for so long, it becomes like you. And so it's easy to make good decisions. And so the moral to the story is what you do between 18 and 25 will affect your 52, 53.
Yep. What's that quote? It's what you say becomes what you do becomes your habit, what your habit becomes your lifestyle, or something like that, right?
All of that.
I mean, you say you weren't thinking about all of these things, but it was something that you just did.
Well, I just wanted to win. I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be somebody's parent. You go, that's your dad? I didn't want that for my family. And, I'm, like I said, I'm the first one to graduate. I'm still carrying my family's name, Graham, so I didn't want that for my kids. My kids didn't deserve anything, and I would do something stupid to be embarrassed about. And I had plenty of fun. People go, did you have fun? I'm like, I had a lot of fun. I just left the party at midnight when you stayed to 2, and that's why you got in trouble.
It's the little things.
Yes.